Vantage on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not posting making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Vantage on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real.
Good morning all. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all good. Happy today is Wednesday. Let's have a look what's going on. Massive move overnight. We'll discuss what happened if you guys don't know. Very simple, of course, due to the Middle East tensions. But we'll discuss about it. Go through everything. Let's see who we got here. Morning to everyone. Let's see YouTube chat. 3 people in YouTube chat. Very good. Good morning to you guys. Rest of you guys sleeping. Say good morning. Let's go here to calendar. Have a look. Wednesday. So JPY bank holiday. We have some ADP. Wow, they changed ADP to a orange folder these days. That's something new. I've never seen that before. Right? ADP used to be red folder news. Now we're seeing it orange folder. That's interesting. So typically ADP was unemployment claims turned to orange folder as well. Look, unemployment claims orange folder as well. Interesting. I still think they're pretty strong. I think they're still pretty strong events, to be honest. I wouldn't really keep them in my mind as obviously NFP red folder, but I still think it's strong event. So ADP today, expecting numbers to drastically change, yeah? ADP is kind of like a heads up towards NFP, which is the first Friday of every single month. We saw last numbers, actual 63, 22K. They're expecting employment to go up. Healthy market, labor market means that they can reduce interest rates. We should see bullish gold, bullish stock market, because it means companies are hiring. Stock market is going to go up. What are we seeing? Yesterday, daily open. We range. London, NY. Boom! Massive move up. Why? Trump announced that, hey, we're de-escalating. We're not doing this operation in the Strait of Hormuz. We're going to calm stuff down. And we just rally overnight. From around 2:45 a.m. my time till right now, we've just... Taco, exactly, Taco. We just rallied towards the upside, right? So we get this on everything. We get it on gold, we get it on DAX, we get it on NASDAQ, we get it on US 30. We get these upside moves here. Now, the biggest one was gold, I would say. NASDAQ, not as big. We can see here, rallied from here to here. All-time highs. Let's go run the analysis. So right now, we're trying to still continue upside. I would love to see pullbacks. Would be great to see pullbacks. We're approaching a previous 15 pretty soon. A lot of bullish pressure. We don't know when it's going to stop, but we can safely say that we've had significant movement to a point to where we are probably, it's getting risky to buy highs, right? Because, you know, sooner or later there's going to be a top. If the top is going to be here, then, you know, if we are buying here, then it's less likely it's going to be a top than buying up here. That's kind of the point. Typically we could reverse in, you know, we could obviously, you know, reverse in London. It's possible. Bias, of course, is going to be more on the bullish side here. We can see very strong bullish candle here. 4 hour going to give us the same. Yes, we are due. We're coming back to retest this range here. If we retest this range, I kind of see that as like a max target for the session if we're going to continue up. Analysis is pretty simple, man. If we can get a pullback, would be good. Buying highs on a day like today is kind of hit or miss. If it's going to be the high of the day, we're going to lose. If it's not going to be the high of the day, you'll win. So you're just trying to bet on that, essentially. Now, it's hard to bet on that when, you know, we don't really have any proof, you know. Obviously, we've just been continuing up. Buying has been easy, but, you know, I really rather just buy off something like down here, like a 5-minute pullback even, you know. If we dump down here to like the daily support, I'd rather try a buy, and if that fails, at least I have a chance to get up break even or whatever. Also, if it makes it back to the highs, I'm already at like a 1-to-1, so it's a little bit better for me. Looking at NASDAQ here, all-time high price action. I love all-time high price action. Daily time frame bullish. 4 hour time frame overdue. You're going to see the same type of case on DAX here. With the 4 hour like this, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But very heavy here, upside we're seeing. And yeah, we obviously are gonna have a pullback soon. I don't know when. Right now we created a 1 hour high, looking like we want to maybe, remember we have this gap here, so If we come and fill the gap, it's not going to be out of the ordinary. Doesn't necessarily have to happen in this session. We are pulling back, which is nice. Can give us an opportunity to trade this pullback. We didn't tap that 1 hour resistance just yet. So let's see how we form here. Maybe we can do some change of structure, and then we can see what to do. Now, if we're looking at DAX here, I see in the chat Thomas says that we have some more room to upside. It's a bit crazy. If you look at the 4 hour saying that we have more room to upside, most of that room is already taken. So it's very hard to make an analysis saying we have more room to upside, especially when we've tapped our daily targets as well, finished the whole daily move. It's going to be, you know, not necessarily super easy compared to having room for upside from where we were yesterday. Please keep in mind, guys, yesterday we were here. Okay, it's the biggest day we've had on DAX to start the day here and come to the next day up here. So this is a lot of pressure here. Plus, what are we gonna push to all-time high, right? We need fundamental factors as well. This is also a bit of news driven here as well. So space in the session, we have to see. Very similar to gold at the moment, massive upside move. We're at daily target. We just tapped the daily target around 15 minutes ago, and now we're kind of cooling off. So buys above the daily target can make sense if we want to just go mad today. Again, pullback trades also going to be very valid, and I want to see this at the open in around 30 minutes when I like to trade DAX. So looking at Nasdaq here, we can focus a bit on Nasdaq. If we can get 15-minute candle closing bearish, next one closing bullish, we can attempt for some upside. Would be nice with a 15 change of structure. I mean, sorry, 5 change of structure. And then we can attempt for that. Gold here, we have 50-minute candle close in about 2 minutes. We're trying to close bullish here. Yes, we can send this high and hope for the best, right? We send the high and we say, hey, can we get 1-to-1 back to the 4-hour support? It's possible, but not guaranteed. This would be merely a gamble to hope that this is not the high of the day. Could it be the high of the day? Yes. So it depends what I feel like today, if I really want to take a gamble and just see if today that I can just continue price. Sometimes it's about just pressing buy and hoping for the best, because that's all that's been happening, right? One nice pattern I want you guys to notice is every time we have been a high, it is normally retraced, but never broke the high. So if we respect the high, it's good. I'm just scared of this previous 15, previous 30 range. We haven't had that here, huh? We haven't had that range here. It's the first time we're tapping into this range. You know, we have a big 1 hour zone here that we didn't have down here. So it has reason to reject, and I don't have much margin here, right? We're talking about a couple of pips before rejection. So I could take this and then see if it rejects. It's something I'm a little bit uncomfortable doing, if I'm being honest, you know, and I just feel like, yeah, I'm just uncomfortable doing it. And it's a bit of a tough scenario, to be honest, because at the same time, we're better off just going straight, not really caring. And at the same time, this could be a high. So I have two decisions. I either can just say, hey, I'm happy to take 1% risk. If this is the high of the day, then I'm going to lose. But if this is not the high of the day, then I will win. But I don't have enough conviction. So the smart side, which is the boring side, means that we wait for pullback, some sort of manipulation event to happen, right? Especially as we're coming closer towards London. Makes sense, you know. Now things can change. Very deep bottom wick. Hey, now I start to like it. Already we're open no top wick, which is quite nice. To have a no top wick candle kind of brings us some sort of liquidity. If this can go deeper and we can come back down and make a massive bottom wick, then I'll probably make an excuse. If not, I really want to be trading off pullbacks and not being the guy who buys when it's too late, because I have to be honest with myself. If I was in the market since Asian session, why do I even need to buy? Like, why would I even consider buying right here if I was in the market in Asian session? Just because I'm sleeping doesn't mean it resets the market for me. And that's a big thing a mistake people make, is they think, okay, now it's London session, the market has reset itself, now it's my time to shine. No, If the market was shining in Asian session and I'm just not trading that session because I'm sleeping, doesn't mean that I come to London and expect it to shine for me. So we need to work a little bit smarter here. And I feel like it would be smarter to just sit and wait for a pullback, even if it's a 5-minute pullback and I buy from the pullback with small confirmation, because we have the 15 close, we have the 30 close, we have the 1 hour close, you know. We have all of those closes. So if we get a 5-minute pullback, I can just literally rip one 5-minute bullish candle and then call it. So yeah, if we were to review Asian session, guys, there was a lot of setups during Asian sessions, a shit ton of setups. So we started off here with this setup. This is probably going to be the best setup as we close above this range to get to here and see what happens. So we have a resistance up here. We have clean candles here. We close above the range on this candle here. That is your first shot. That comes around 3:45 a.m. my time. This was very simple. A little bit of drawdown you had to hold. Since it was 3:45, I would have held stop loss not actually here, guys. I would have held stop loss here, 150, and expect price not to come back inside the range and for this to be the breakout. And then you can target up into here because it's Asian session. Now, if you didn't get an opportunity, you're waiting, and now you see this volume comes in, you start dropping towards the 5, right? My trade exactly? Yes, valid trade. Another option is once we got above this range here, this was very nice as well. But this gave no bottom wick, but it would have given you, maybe on broker it has bottom wick. Let's have a look actually. If on broker it had bottom wick, then it's valid. Yeah, it had bottom wick on broker. So that's your other option. If you missed that first option, then you take this option here. Now this one is a more continuation trade. I would put stops below here, so like 120. If I trust volume, that I'm putting the 80 pip stop. This was a big one as well. Now, if you miss that, then you have to start buying higher. But this is what most mentors will not tell you. Most mentors will tell you, hey, here's another option. Here's another option. By this time here, what's happened? Mentally, you're like, damn, now I'm buying too high. I don't trust buying up here because I'm late. My buys came from down here. So maybe I'm too late now and I'm going to end up FOMOing into this trade and losing. Even though this is a valid setup, at the time you start to question if it's too late to be taking buys. Now, if you identify today was great volume, then you can take this setup again here to get to the 4-hour resistance and see what happens. If you miss this, you can simply buy above the 4-hour, wait for more confirmation. There was so many options in Asian. Because Asian is giving the nice continuation of volume here, right? So whenever we get a heavy trending move with volume, it's very straightforward. You just have to wait for closes. Don't get lost on the 1-minute time frame. Don't FOMO on some random stuff. Look at the 15 giving you plenty of options, right? So yeah, that's important. Afua took silver buys. Yeah, that's beautiful as well. Set up one on silver, stop loss below. Yeah, same idea. Silver is actually nicer. You add more space to the 4-hour support. That's pretty nice as well. Get back to the daily resistance. So yeah, like that one. That's a good one. So here, gold rejecting our previous zone. That's why I didn't want to take buys. We made the decision. I have a question from Alex here as well. Nas, come to the chart and I see it's like this, obviously bullish, but I don't know. I instantly see should be pullback. I'm seeing wrong because I see it as mixed bias, but it's bullish. I'm scared to take a buy. Yeah, but what if it ranges, you take a sell and it's snapping back inside the range and you keep losing on the sells? You know, it's a wait and see. You should always try follow the momentum. If you like, that's also a big mistake is you come to a market that's super high and immediately you think I want to just sell this, because market doesn't have only 2 options. Market has 3 options, and that third option is the option where most people lose, because if market only went up in a session or only went down in a session, we already have a 50-50% chance, right? If we could come to a session and say at this time the market will go up or go down, we could start playing that 50-50. But the market can also range, and that range, when you're selling here, and market ends up here, you have taken 2 losses trying to send a sell idea. And the most common mistake where people lose the most money is when you see someone take an idea like this. They come to a market, that looks like this, and they say, okay, price is pulling back, I'm going to take a sell. They take a sell, it rejects, comes back in the range, they lose their sell. Then it starts to change structure again. You take another sell, that ends up rejecting, and you take a loss again. Now you say, okay, I'm just messed up today, I'm switching to buys. Buys was what made sense in the beginning of the day, and then it goes and ends up playing the sell. And all of that was just a range. And then you've taken 3-4 losses in one session for not understanding that it's a wait and see scenario. Do you understand? Hi guys, just popping in. Have you taken any trades, bro? You missed. We took like 4 trades. Best session we've had, bro. Insane. Now it's just come back to our daily resistance. It was like first 15 minutes of the session, we're just pumping, bro. Pumping, we scalped like 1 minute, like maybe 3 or 4 scalps. Made like 3-4% just on the 1 minute. It was sick, yeah. Some people, yeah, they made 7R. Been messed up doing it. Loads calling tops, bottoms, stupid. Exactly, yeah. Like, that's the point, right? Is that when you call a top or bottom, has to be convicting here, you know? Like, and remember, tops don't necessarily mean it taps a target and then it's going to reverse immediately. We rarely see V-shaped reversals, right? If you go on a 1 hour time frame and you find V-shaped reversals, they rarely happen, V-shaped reversals, right? So it's not like V-shape would mean we tap something and then the wick started rejecting. No, normally it takes 2 hours of confirmation, then we reverse. 2 hours of confirmation, then we reverse. Look at here. We tapped the resistance 1, 2, 3 hours, and then we tried some downside. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, then we reverse. Like, so if you this is a similar day, right? Full bullish candles on 1 hour. You try to short here, it breaks the low, you get stopped out because you're trading on a lower time frame. That's a 180 pip move towards the upside before your shorts played out. You know? Harry, is doing my analysis on top step charts good, or should I do it on TradingView? Do it on top step. If you're trading only on top step, do it on top step. I just like, I mean, it's the same API, you know. I just like to have the pairs in a window like this where I can just keep clicking between. Sometimes people ask me about Forex, stuff like this. So we have 5-minute candle close here. This would be an option to full send it. Nasdaq also having 5-minute change of structure. I want to see Nas if it can get above here. I'd rather take Nas because we're in pullback rather than taking gold at all-time high. Not sorry, at all-time high, at the highs. My bad, sorry, I was thinking about Nas. And I like this change of structure here. See how 1 minute. 1 minute is sketchy though. We have no pullback, so we need to see a good bottom wick. Let's see how this closes. Might be able to take this here if we can get some sort of decent bottom wick. So I'll be on standby. I want to see at least one 1 minute candle print red, to be honest, guys. Would be nice to see. It's not mandatory, but it would be nice. And then I can go re-break, just so I'm not caught in some heavy drawdown. Because really, I should be taking this trade with the 15-minute, huh? I shouldn't really be taking this without the 15-minute. In London, we should have the 15-minute. This would be a better trade. So if I can at least see the candle print bearish, would be good. Just to give us some liquidity. Would you have taken it with 1 minute better structure without the 15? Yeah. Then it's fine because then we have liquidity. So I just want to see like that. You see? This is what I was worried. That's exactly, look at this. See? Exactly what I was waiting for. This is what happens. Exactly. Price needs to look at this. Bro, man. Oh, this has to be some news as well. Oh, that would have been disgusting. This is some news as well. Oh, man. That would have been so painful. Well, even though some news came out, you know. Oh. So this is a bit of both. So we're so lucky. We're so lucky it didn't give us one. If it gave us 1 minute structure and then we got screwed with this news as well. But also, if I lost this, I would have said I knew I should have waited for 15. I don't even think this is new. I think this is just a huge seller. Let's see what happens. $10.07, that's too early. Anyway, if anyone sees any news, let me know. But I don't know if this, I think, if it was news, maybe we continue more down. Did gold react? Yeah, gold's still below that 15. Wow. Bro, we just saved 1% right there, guys. Leave a like on the stream for saving 1%. That would have been a shitty way, you know? Like, not even a chance. That's the one that leaves you feeling like, fuck, man. Crazy, I took it, then noticed the 1 minute and got up break even. Bro, that's great. Trump tweeted. What did he tweet? Financial Juice not telling us anything yet. Oh, I think it was just volume. Looks like just volume, bro. Nice manipulation. Now the buys are going to make sense in about 42 seconds. This can flip bullish. I'll take a buy. Let's see how this 15 closes. Because now we have nice liquidity grab. If this can just flip up a little bit, we get a little bit of volume here. In the last 24 seconds. Show me some buyers are coming back in the market. Exactly, that's what I said. I want to see the 15 close bullish though. Doji is okay, but then I'll need a 5 minute close above or something. Basically anywhere above this line is okay. But then we will need a 5 minute close. Below the line, it becomes a bit sketchy. Oof, just snapped above the line. So we have something here, but we need to start trading above this high, you know, which is going to be the 5 minutes. So we need a 5 minute close. Otherwise, we're just going to get stuck in range. Today is treacherous, huh? Some heavy liquidity grabs coming. Because, you know, we have a big move up here. So people want to take profits. Anything in New York yesterday? Yeah, I took 2 trades. One open trade, pulled back on me. What I sell was risking 600 and then made most of it back. Ended up losing 250. I sent NASDAQ at the highs, but then 1 minute had no structure. So I didn't want to lose all my profit because I was break even. So I closed out on that, looking for re-entry. And then it was hard to re-enter. If I just skipped the YM buys to begin with and just went with Nasdaq buys from the beginning, then it would have been an easy session. Harry, I've got a prop firm that gives payout in less than 60 seconds. If not, they're gonna give $1,000. Like, who gives a fuck, man, if they're paying you in 60 seconds, man? Like, really? Like, what? Why do you need to be paid? Like, who cares? Sorry, I mean, it's cool that they're paying, but like, you know, like, really, for me, it's no big deal. You know what I mean? Like, if they pay me tomorrow, you know, I don't care really. You know, like 60s. I don't get why the internet hype so much about getting paid out instantly. You know, like, just as long as they pay out consistently, I care. Instantly, how fast, I don't care. Even if they take 3 days, I will then withdraw in 3 days. So don't be fooled by those marketing gimmicks, man. You know, getting the payout, like okay, cool, they pay out in 60 seconds, but what if they deny your payout? It's worse. It's worse. Would you rather someone who pays you out or someone who denies you? You know what I mean? Why'd you trade pre-London? There's some good moves around 30 minutes before London opened these days, and then after London opened, there's only a small window of about an hour, and then it dies down. So I want to be able to trade 2-hour sessions. London has become a longer session. You could actually trade a London session for about 6 hours these days. Like 3 hours before London is very good. Like if we look even today, 3 hours before London, we go to gold 3 hours before London. Let's look at 3 hours before London. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 7. Look, setup 1. Close above the 4 hour. Like it's a better setup than what we have now. Now it's catching a lot of people out, right? We're very much stuck at this 15. I wonder if we do get a breakout of this 15 though. I mean, then we get a little bit of a push. I think it would be worth it to give it a shot because we've been hitting at the wall that if we close above there on a 5-minute, we might have a quick surge of buyers squeezing up to maybe the 70 level. And then if we get a little bit more action at 70, we'll get a quick squeeze to the 4 hour. If it just squeezes up to 70 and fail, it will be a break-even trade. If price wants to be nasty, it will wick the high and then reverse. But if it wanted to be nasty, it's going to continue to do it here. The way that we barcoded here means that there's equal buyers and sellers at the moment. The market is balanced. So if we do get one side where we see the buyers come back into the market and we get a close proving to us that it's not just a liquidity grab up, the same way that Nasdaq did a liquidity grab towards the downside, we could see a nice little expansion and we could scalp that even though we're very high in the market. So yes, it does make it a little bit riskier, but hey, who said trading is not risky? Also, they have something like pay us with profits. It's an A-book prop firm. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. There is no such thing as an A-book prop firm. The business model would not make enough money. There is no such thing as an A-book prop firm. They are lying to you. They do not. You are on demo accounts 1,000,000%. There's no chance. That is for sure. There's no chance they're A-booking you. Especially as someone who doesn't have any track record, nothing. And then they give you real capital to trade? Impossible. Impossible. It's too much risk for them. What are they going to do? They're going to risk 50K? Or let's say they let you risk the drawdown limit. Doesn't make any sense for them to let you risk the drawdown limit. Each account for a prop firm cost around $15 per user. $7 to $15 per user. So would they rather give you the drawdown limit, you know? Would they rather give you the drawdown limit of 3,000 and let you guys blow their 3,000? If not, we can make them go bankrupt, right? All of us buy an account, pass it, and then fail all of the accounts at once. All of us just fail them. Then all the money that they invest into these accounts gone. It's too risky, man. So no. The only time they would probably A-book you is if you're someone seasoned. Full track record. Maybe you've been trading with them for years, and then they, you know, they really think that they can make money off you. Otherwise, it's just too much risk. Gold is hovering on the May 26 previous high. I'm thinking there's a high probability for a reversal, especially since the 8:30 a.m. candle opened bearish. 8:30 a.m. what time zone, brother? What time zone? But at least you have a plan. Now you need to think about what your entry is going to be. So good job for planning. Now you think about what your entry is going to be. You're going to enter just off the high. You're going to wait for confirmation. Then you will have a full plan. Next step, you're going to think about where's your stop loss going to go? Where's your trade idea becomes wrong? Wherever your trade idea becomes wrong, make sure it's logical, not just a random stop loss, right? Make sure you have a stop loss. And then you build a trade plan, and then you can test your hypothesis if you're right. And if today your trade plays out, your analysis was right, your thought process was right, amazing. If your trade plays out wrong, you need to say, okay, why was I wrong today? Why was that high not as important as I thought it was? Right? What was happening today? You know, were we pushing too much bullish? Was there too much pressure? Maybe fundamentals were not aligning with my trade to take a short. You see what I'm saying? Then you become a trader, not someone who's a guesser, right? Wonder if DAX we can send above daily resistance at the open here. We'll see in about 7 minutes. Shaping up nicely. Nasdaq if 15th can start to close bullish in about 6 minutes. Starting to shape up as well. Gold is a bit tricky, but we talked about the option that we can take on gold. That little bit of that squeeze. They said that Trump, with the Intel investment, he made $45 billion. Damn. That's a lot. You think gold will drop? It's not, you know, time frame matters. Do I think gold will drop in the next 10 minutes? Probably not. Will it drop from here? You know, I think maybe we want to squeeze up to that 4-hour support. I took DAX on breakout, break even, wait for 5-minute close. Was this a good idea? Setup is perfect, man. I know exactly what you took. You had the 15-minute close as well. This is perfect. I have no issues with that. Stop loss perfect. Everything here is good. Just DAX these days, sometimes, maybe today is an exception because we've just been trending hard. The pre-session has just been a little bit slower. After the open, we've seen a lot better thing. That's why I've shifted my stream time a little bit to be focusing on DAX a little bit after open. You can see we just lacked juice to get us there, but the setup was good. You went break even. Yeah, I think it's okay, man. Just if you take this setup after the open, you're gonna have a lot better chances, because DAX is still a little bit manipulative before the open. But I like the idea. The idea is great. Only thing I would consider as well is that we tapped daily resistance, so sometimes it's harder to break through it. So that's how it is. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. See, London open here in how long? Yeah, 4 minutes here. Let's see if we can get some action. I actually like some action on DAX here and Nasdaq. Do you think we can take a good 15-minute bullish close S2 and NAS, ignore the 5-minute? Yeah, but it would be more of a ignoring the 5-minute in a way where if we start to react at it, maybe we can consider, but we can expect it to push through, you know? Especially if we get the 30 bullish. The only thing we don't like is this 1 hour, man. This 1 hour is a big problem, huh? It's gonna close engulfing. But I like it from the bottom of the range. It's very similar to what happened day before yesterday. So I think it would be a shot. Definitely possible to lose because of us being very high up in the range, but at least to get back into like 250, 28, 250 could be worth it because we tap bottom of range. Because if we want to, the thing is we could just reverse for London, right? 1 hour candle closes bearish. This is a pullback, creates a structure, and then you can take shorts below here. It's a good zone to short. So you're going to lose on that. So we would want to see it show us some good signs of continuation. Also keep an eye on 1 minute. It's again doing a bit sketchy stuff. Hopefully this last 1 minute gives us at least a bearish candle. That's what we want to see. Morning, thanks for the live stream. Thanks for showing up, brother. Thanks for showing up. Gold has to do a retracement at some point. Yeah, it's going to be healthy for price to do a retracement. If I buy now, can I take profit at monthly resistance? What I must take now, guys, you must take Xanax or something, bro, to calm down. That's what you need to take. You know, have you heard of that? Would that previous 15 matter? Yeah, but we're not at it, so we haven't tapped it in this candle, you know? So I would still consider it, but now I'm more worried about the same scenario, right? Look, no 1 minute structure, dump. No 1 minute structure, be careful. So I have to wait for the same confirmation. We're going to get the 15 most likely closing bullish here. I'm happy to take a buy, break of high, but on the 1 hour open, I need to see that bottom wick with 1 minute structure because of the same reason as what we saw back here. So it needs to give me that. So a good bottom wick here. See if we can close the 1 minute bearish, and then we can look to maybe enter break of high. Alright, so we closed 1 minute bearish here. Yeah, I think it would be worth it now with the bearish to try a shot if we're going to continue up bullish. Probably breaking this high would be entry. With this bottom wick, we can get away with stop loss below the low here. And then we can see if we can push up. So that's the plan. Don't mean to confuse you, but would we be entering at 5-minute structure? Yes, but you have the 15-minute close, you have a 30-minute close here. So you're worrying about just a 5. Right, we have the bottom wick here, but we have double close, London open, liquidity grab. We expect it to push past. We also have gold S1, I just saw on my other monitor. Gold finally closed above that zone. So same trade, if gold re-breaks the high, it's an option to squeeze to 4 hour, but riskier because we're at the highs. 40 pips, you could go aggressive. It's not even a 1-to-1. I prefer NASDAQ trading from a pullback zone. If I can trade from a pullback zone, gonna be better. I'm in gold short. What do you think? Is it worth to hold it? I mean, I don't know your plan, bro. If you're in gold short on lower time frame, we're not getting signs of shorts just yet. 1 hour close bullish, 15-minute close break of structure. Are you not concerned about the 5-minute resistance? Definitely can be a problem here, but I'm not going to be basing it. If it's going to be the thing that rejects, then it was not my idea. My idea is 30 minutes continuing bullish, 15 minutes continuing bullish. All right, time to party. We'll have a break-even zone at this spot here, which is that previous 15. So yeah, gonna be mental break-even here, which means I allow it to see what it does at entry. Our 1-to-1 was 18 points, so just a little bit above the high. So if we can cross through here, it will be good. Nice. Just to show you guys where original stops were, so we know where original stops were. Original stops were here at about 17 points. Let's go, let's go, let's go, NASDAQ. We still have no 1 minute pullbacks. So soon it might want to take a little pullback. I'm gonna close a little bit here so I can run stop loss a little deeper. We don't have 1 minute pullback, so I want to close a little bit here, which I did. And then I want to run stop loss below this 1 minute structure here because we don't have 1 minute pullbacks and I still want to hold this. So if you're still holding, you can close a little bit just so I can be break even with my stop loss below there. And then I can have at least get something in case we pull back, tap entry. So I've moved my stop loss. I'm going to show you my stop losses now. Oops. I'm going to draw this white line to where my stop loss is. Let me try get the white line. That's where my stop loss is. So I've closed some so that if I hit here, I'm still break even. We're almost at 1-to-1 anyways. So maybe it can give us, but I'm just scared we might reject somewhere around here, do a pullback and then get a bigger move. And I want to take out something. Yeah, this is what I was scared about, right? So that's why I wanted to take something up there. And now if it comes back here, then I'll still make something. But I allow it to retest around my entry. So that's why I took something there as well. So practically it will equate to me being break even. Because you see it wick below my entry now. If we can flip now after retesting here. Oops, I deleted my line where my stop was. Yeah, that's where my stop is. So you can beat like this, but remember I closed some here. And I'm trying to target a bigger target now. If not, if it just comes and taps into here, then that's it. I'll be break even. Too bad. Still surviving. If we can flip here, then I'm gonna try get out this range here. I'm gonna try target out this range. Let's see if the 1 minute can survive. Come on. Okay, I'm out break even basically for this. We closed some at a little bit of profit. Yeah, it was a good shot there. It was a good shot. I wanted a little bit more. 14 points we got. I think overall was a good trade. I was happy with the trade, but hey, we're just lacking a bit of volume to give us the push that we needed, you know? If I ran stop loss below the current bottom wick, I maybe could have got a 1-to-1. But I think it was a good shot, you know? So yeah, just to show the accounts, I took it on all of my funded accounts, but I took it separate. This account, my single funded account, I was risking a little bit more. I put stop loss there. I mean $2 because break even. That's why I closed some. Then I have also these accounts are all copied together. I also took it on these accounts. These I made $5 because I had different risk and my break even was a little bit. So this ended up catching me out at $5 in profit. So break even trade for me, but this would have been a big one, man. If I could have just got up to here, I would have had this copied across 5 accounts. Would have been nice. Probably around if we could get back up to this high, that was my target. I was targeting above this high here. Then I could have made at least $3,000 across the accounts, which would have been nice. And yeah, that was it basically. And personal was the same. And that's it. That's it. So happy with the shot though. How much are you risking? On these accounts, I was risking 400. On the copy accounts, on this big one, I was risking 600. So yeah, if we just had a little bit more volume, guys, we would have got the 1-to-1 there. I'm not going to close early, but I did close some just so I could give myself a better chance to get out of this range and get a nice move. But happy with the trade. I would take that 100 times. Whoa, what happened to my journal? No way, my journal is broken. Okay, we're back. I'll take that again multiple times. If this was NY, that would have played out, guys. You guys have to show up during NY. If you're not showing up during NY, same trades we take. 14 points. What time was that? On the open, basically. 11:02 or something. Let's see what happened to gold. Yeah, gold ended up rejecting. Did it re-break the high? So we got this candle. It closed above, broke the high, then never re-broke. Okay, so you would have been kept safe. So it just seems like we need... Let's see what happened on DAX. Shit. We were taking NASDAQ. We have good DAX movement here. This piece of shit, man. 10.55. This was the open candle, huh? Damn, we could have longed this open candle. Or does this candle? No, this is the this long here like this to break through daily resistance, open volume. So that was an option on DAX, but NASDAQ was looking super juicy. I'm very interested why DAX had volume. NASDAQ should have just gave us something a little bit extra, would have been perfect. But it's okay. We still have some more time for setups. Now we get above the daily resistance. It's quite nice. Let's just check some zones here, guys. Give me a second. Anyways, leave a like for that analysis. I think that was well managed. That was an amazing lesson of trade management, how to give yourself opportunity, the importance of 1 minute structure. I could have just closed profit there because no 1 minute structure, but I made the decision to allow for 1 minute structure, take some profits out so that I could hold a bigger stop loss, you know, and have that there. The trade made sense. Would you mind explaining your thought process for the stop loss? Yes. After stream, re-message me. We can go into depth with the guys. And also which stop loss. Where do we show up on YouTube? No, it's in the exclusive group. Be on Vantage as well. I didn't do the half close. I just went full B on personal. I don't have time to do the half close on personal, so I just went full B, which resulted in the same result. But if it was to retest and continue up bullish, then would have missed out. What platform are you using for funded accounts? I have them on Top Step. So yeah, NY sessions we host in the exclusive as usual. If you need more information on that, you know where to find it. Don't keep asking me. But if you want to suck at trading, then that's okay. If you want, I can help you set up on your keyboard so you can close with one button like 50%. I don't like that. I never close 50% unless I'm it's not the 50% I wanted to close. I close 25% because of where I'm gonna move my stop loss. Looking at potential buy on GJ, can you have a look? Yeah, I saw this sometimes on GJ when it does this big move down. It can sometimes just range for the day. So it's a little bit of a headache sometimes. I like these setups. If it's gonna continue, it's an amazing setup. But you will lose this if today just ranges. So you take it with the risk knowing that, hey, today could just range. But if you're happy, if you have a little bit of profits to spare, you want to give it a shot, it's not a crazy idea. It's not a crazy idea. You know, it just depends if it pushes. But these type of things, you want to be in a little bit earlier rather than later. Being in later, like maybe here or even down here, is better. But sometimes, like, I don't know how GJ moves these days, but it's a little bit late to get that movement, you know? Whatever percentage you want, yeah, but how is that going to work on Top Step? What time do you trade NY session? I trade New York Stock Exchange Open. New York Stock Exchange Open. I can do it MT4. Yeah, I know how to set up those buttons, MT4, MT5, but I'm managing on phone. I think it was a great shot, that trade. Great shot. Just needed just a little bit more, man. I'm in my head actually thinking if I should have taken negative risk to reward. But then I'd be pissed if it goes 1-to-1, you know? I think I made the right decision.
I took it negative because I saw like...
You're still sick?
Yeah, a little bit, just the truth.
Bro, I'm telling you, you need to check if you need antibiotics.
No, I took it for 5 days.
Oh, okay.
Well, I closed because I saw 1 minute it was like lacking strength on the
Me
cap.
too. I saw 1 minute lacking, but you see, I made the decision to allow 1 minute pullback. I said, okay, I'll take some off, allow, and then we try get bigger idea.
Yeah.
Because you remember that session we had? I really thought it would be like this session. Remember this session we had? Let's show you this session. We had this session in London. That was yesterday, day before yesterday. This session here, right? These buys. Very easily got towards the top. So if we analyze how this session moved on a 1 minute, you see.
Yeah, it's very, very similar.
Very similar, right? We come from bottom of range. We push 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Very small pullback. So I didn't want to miss out, and at least I wanted to get back to 15. So my rule was today is what I told myself in my head is I said, if we tap the 15-minute resistance, then I have an option to close because that's valid. So I said maybe we can get a little bit of a squeeze. So that's why I did that with stop loss, but it came short. Maybe we tapped it in futures. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
Because I was on futures.
I had the same mark. Yeah, I had the same markup. It was very close though.
Very close.
That one is always tricky, you know. So
Yeah,
tricky.
when I'm in that position, for me, I just close because like.
If I was on combine and I'm over risking, it makes sense to close. You still make 1%, you know.
Yeah, that was me right now.
That makes sense because if you put stop loss 1.2k and you're here, you're already like 800, 700. So I'm like, I'll close. If I see any, why I don't take that profit on the table, you know. But when
took it on,
you know.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I took it on combine too, but I took the first break of high on combine, which means I had a slightly lower 1-to-1 than you guys did, which gave me the 1-to-1 without having to close earlier.
But you had to hold all this drawdown, no?
I did, yeah. But since the combine, I didn't
where
care.
you put stop loss? You put here?
Yeah.
Oh, so you had to sweat, huh?
Yeah, it's combine.
Yeah, it's combined. It's fine.
Bro, here.
I like that.
big
You
balls.
see the progression? You see the progression of how people progress these days? You remember the same person like 3 months ago, scared shitless about trading on combines and trying to pass an account. Now he's the guy saying, yeah, it's just a combine, you know?
Yes,
I'm used
but
to it.
now I have the problem on live account because I didn't actually take
But
this
that's
trade on the live
progression.
accounts.
Yeah, but that's the progression though. You have to learn one way or another. Next step is gonna be you blow your live accounts. Next step gonna be it's all the process, trust me. So expedite the process. Be confident what you do, let the mistakes happen, you get there.
He's such a nice guy, Harry. Sometimes.
Sometimes, oh, man. If he's saying I'm a nice guy, then I'm way too nice. Imagine a German telling you you're a nice guy. Then there's a problem. So we need to get a bit meaner. I like DAX now starting to make some structure. I'm gonna wait 5 minutes. I'm scared to think that. Why you guys pip and dip, bro? Guys take the Nasdaq trade and they leave stream. Everyone who left stream is gay, sorry. Just have to put that out there. So let's go see how many people have switched. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is all the people who have done this. Look. Yeah, they don't even press like. Look, these are all the people who have done this. Now they all switch to the other side. All these guys. And not even smash like? Yeah, bro. I can confirm you're a nice guy. 2-step authentication from another German. Oh no, then I'm definitely too nice now. Now we have problem. I left stream only because I refreshed. Does that count? It's questionable. You'll have to prove to us that you're remaining, you know. Because they know your pattern, you won't trade again, and they only want signals. Definitely true, but they don't realize that we changed our technique. So now we have a little bit of DAX maybe opportunity. So I'll see this close here in about 4 minutes. If this closes something that I'm not interested, then I don't care. I was one of them. That's interesting. So what would you say? What would you say your transition was from live stream to exclusive group? Like, were you hesitant to come in the exclusive group? Did it make a difference to you? You know, that's what that would be my question to you. Like, was it what you expected, more than you expected? you know? Because I think a lot of people, they stay stuck on stream and they're hesitant, you know? I'm a new person now? Great. I was tired of bullshit and bad mentors. Yeah, we're all tired of that. Right, 2 minutes here. If we can close a 5 above, we can take an option to fill this wick. And call it a day. $5 doesn't close above. Then I'll probably call stream, and if it closes above later, I'll take it off stream. What's the sound? Not sure. I need another monitor. Always miss something with 3 pairs and 1 monitor. You'll have to use split screen for now, bro. Check out split screen. Trying to close above here. We'll see the last 1 minute. Which trade did you take yesterday in NY session? 2 trades I took yesterday in NY session. I took US 30 buys and I took NASDAQ buys as well. Wow, Harry, I'm here more than 2 years now since I start trading. Damn, bro. You need an ascension plan though, right? 2 years, but what's happened in your journey? You need an ascension plan. Start to graduate yourself into better things, right? Not just on stream. Take opportunities, do this. I'm not saying this because I sell services. I mean, I'll tell you, $50 ain't gonna change my life. But as a trader, you need to ascend, right? That's the whole point of being a trader, is have ascension plans. All right, so we're closing doji here. Rubbish close, to be honest. Not really too interested. Too much here. So yeah, 1 shot for me, NASDAQ today. I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's stream. Much love, guys. NASDAQ just fell into a range. Makes sense. See you guys on tomorrow's stream. Have a great day. Much love. Take care. Trade sharp. And see you guys very, very soon. And I'll post any NY trades I take in the Telegram or Discord. Peace. Cheers, guys.